Greetings everybody, let's get this thing started. Panda here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a pretty interesting theory of why Samantha and Takeo are our two only characters having nightmares in Black Ops 3. Now, in Samantha's bedroom in Der Eisendrache, there are multiple drawings on her wall. Now, one of them stands out to me in particular, and that's one where she's laying in bed, sleeping in bed, having nightmares and being haunted by keepers. You can see that she's either dreaming about them or they're, haunting her dreams. Now, as far as Takeo is concerned, we have a quote from the Giant where he says,
"My dreams are haunted by spirits. I fear they are not those of my ancestors."
Takeo too, he's having nightmares, he's having dreams. But why? So to understand this, we need to take a look at one of Treyarch's biggest influences and inspirations in Black Ops 3 Zombies, and that is the Call of Cthulhu. It tells a story of a god-like beast who once ruled the earth, who is now sleeping and dreaming at the bottom of the ocean in Pompeii, where we're headed for our next DLC. Now, what's important to understand about this is in the book, there's one phrase that you hear over and over and over and over again, and that's Cthulhu Fhtagn. Cthulhu Fhtagn. That means Cthulhu dreams. In the book, Cthulhu's way of communicating with the average everyday person was to speak to them in their dreams. He would give them these visions and haunted nightmares so that these people could come and help him rise back to power again. So that answers a piece of the question. It tells us why our characters are dreaming. They're dreaming because the keepers are trying to communicate with them through their dreams. But why is it only Samantha and Takeo? Why not Tank? Why not Nikolai? Why not Richtofen? Why is it only those two? There's one small passage that answers that question. And as soon as I read it, on my first read-through, I highlighted it, I circled it, I scribbled underneath it because it stood out to me. I knew that this was an important piece of information. The way the story goes, there's this professor trying to figure out who Cthulhu is, why people are having these nightmares. So what he does is he puts out a message to people saying, if you've had strange dreams, you can come talk to me for free and I'll try to help you figure out what's going on. The passage reads as follows. Average people in society and business gave an almost completely negative result. Scientific men were little more effective. It was from the artists and poets that the pertinent answers came. Now, let's think about this in terms of our characters. So first he mentions the average people in society and business. That's like Tank. Tank is your average American dude ready to blow some ish up, ready to come in, gun down, go off, hoorah.
Hoorah! Don't fuck with a Marine!
He's not overly creative, he's a pretty straightforward, calls it as he sees it type of guy. Another average person in society or business is Nikolai.
Vodka.
Yeah, he gets drunk and he has some pretty funny things to say, but he really is your straightforward, straight-laced communist. He follows the rules, he doesn't question them, he does as his country tells him, and he does it. He's a very straightforward, average kind of guy when you look at it from that perspective. He's not too creative or outside of the box. Next, you have your scientific men, and that's like Richtofen. Okay, so he's pretty clever and scientific, and yeah, when you have to be scientific, you have to kind of be creative and think up all these crazy things that you want to concoct. You don't really hear him talking about nightmares. We don't hear him talking about having haunted dreams, but we definitely can tell he's off.
Blood!
Yeah, he's been a little bit off and cuckoo since the beginning, but definitely in Black Ops 3, he seems way crazier, way more deranged than he ever was before. So he is slightly affected, but it's not really affecting his dreams or coming to fruition like that. The last category is the artists and the poets. That's Takeo. No, he's not an artist, he's not painting like that, but the man speaks entirely in Japanese proverb. How much more creative and thoughtful and deep could you be?
Continuance is strength.
Half of those proverbs are metaphors and similes and all these different things. They're really creative and clever. So his mind is always up to thinking and willing to think of some different and creative things. So he was affected. Now, Samantha, no, she's technically not really an artist. Maybe she is. We don't really know her hobbies. We don't know too much specifically about Samantha's personality, but she's a little kid. I mean, you gotta think back. When you're a little kid, your imagination runs wild. You're way more susceptible to having dreams and even nightmares as a little kid after like watching a scary movie. So definitely the Keepers could come and speak to Samantha. Especially if they understood and knew who she was close to in life. So no, maybe they couldn't reach Maxis or they couldn't reach Richtofen in the same way. But through Samantha, she maybe was able to influence some of the other characters. So guys, to wrap this up and bring it full circle, Samantha and Takeo are the only two characters that are having nightmares at this point because they are the two most creative, thoughtful, and open-minded characters that we have on our team. But on that note, I'm out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I enjoyed doing the research for this one, and I plan to bring you guys plenty more theory videos throughout this DLC season, so be sure to join along. I'm sending you good vibes. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Panda